Hello, my name is Campbell Mack, and this is my Black Consumer Shopping Study final exam. So, the store that I chose is MB Goods. It is a vintage store. And why did you choose this particular store for today's visit, and which of your selected shopping identities influenced that choice the most? I would say what influenced me the most is my recreational shopper identity, because I love shopping in my pastime, especially at vintage stores, just looking for little pieces and clothes. And especially since it's about to be back to school, why not just go in a shop and see what I can find? So before going inside, which of your selected shopping identities feels the strongest right now? The one that feels the strongest for me is probably impulse buyer, making spontaneous choices, picking things that I just like when I see. Oftentimes when I shop, I don't look at the price tag, I look at the piece, because when something really resonates with me and it feels like, oh, I need this in my closet, money isn't a factor. What are my main goals of this visit? To be an exploratory shopper for sure. Just to look around, since this is my first time in this store. Just to look around, see what I can find, and see if I can purchase something. And of course, for the assignment, I do have to purchase something. So just exploring the whole shop and seeing what I can find. How much do I expect to spend today? So I will be being budget conscious, not technically bargain hunter, because they don't have sales and deals. I'm not sure if they have sales and deals in here, but to be budget conscious, I know the minimum to spend is $10. So I don't want to spend like $100, but I probably am not going to spend $10. But at the same time, quality seeker too, because I'm looking for good quality clothes, because I feel like when you spend a good amount on clothes and you can rewear, put it with different pieces, I feel like that's like the best. So yeah, I would say I don't have an exact budget to spend. Before entering, do you expect any of your shopping identities to compete with one another today? Ooh, good question. I feel like it's gonna be a mix. I feel like the two biggest ones that are going to be clashing are going to be impulse buyer and budget conscious, because as I said, I like buying things. At the same time, I don't like spending like an arm and a leg, but it's like when I really like something, it doesn't really matter. So I feel like those are going to be the two, like going head to head while I'm in the store. Like when I'm in the store, it's just like my mind is like working overtime, but I just am like looking at so many things. I'm looking like in my wallet and it's like, oh, not matching, but you know. Yeah. Which identity do you think is most likely to win if those identities compete today, and why? I'm not gonna lie, it's probably gonna be impulse buyer, because that's always winning. Like they go head to head probably every time I shop, and impulse buyer always wins. So, but I think for today, I'm gonna challenge myself and let the budget conscious identity win today. Let's hope. We'll see. So which shopping identity feels the most active right now? I would say exploratory shopper for sure, because I would say exploratory shopper for sure, because this is my first time in the store, so I don't know what to look for. I don't know what to look at. I'm like kind of going in blind. So yeah, I would say that's what I'm looking for most, for sure. Oh, so I skipped that. Okay, I am walking into the store, and we're gonna go to stage 2, which is initial entry and first impressions. Okay, what are your first impressions as you walk in? So I would say variety seeker is definitely the identity that I feel right now. I'm seeing a lot of different things and varieties of clothes, shoes, hats, accessories, things of that. So I feel like my mind is definitely racing about, oh, what am I gonna get? What do I like most? Like just seeing all the different things, and even shoes and stuff too. Definitely the first thing I noticed, and I think too because I'm doing this assignment, is privacy oriented shopper. So it's not crowded in here, it's not too many employees. So definitely like just the exclusivity of while I'm shopping in the store. It's not a lot going on, and that makes me feel more comfortable as a shopper too. As I'm looking through the things, I feel like the identity that feels the strongest is definitely exploratory shopper, because I'm just seeing all these things. Some things that like look close to things that are in my closet for sure. And it's like things that like match with my style a lot. So I think that's why I feel like exploratory shopper the most, because I see so many pieces that I like. So, as I mentioned, does the atmosphere make you want to stay, explore, or leave quick? Stay and explore, or leave quickly? I would say the atmosphere definitely makes me want to stay and explore. One, because everything's very much laid out clearly. Sometimes their stores can be like very much like bulky, like not bulky, but like kind of like all over the place. And then, as I mentioned before, privacy oriented shopper, that identity is going crazy right now because it's not a lot of people in here. And that may be too because it is a Tuesday, but it's not a lot of people in here. So I feel like that's making me want to stay and really like explore and look at all the different pieces. Do I notice a smell, any particular smells or scents in the store? Yes, it smells like, as an experienced shopper, especially in like thrifting and resale and like things like vintage things like that. It's always kind of a smell like kind of like not like Goodwill, but like kind of that type of scent, because like oftentimes things are resold and resold and resold. So if anything, the smell is a good sign, because it's like, oh, this is like really truly good things, like good quality things. And that also fits with the quality shopper. Quality seeker shopper identity too. How comfortable do I feel in this environment? I feel very comfortable in this environment. The store is very welcoming. The employee welcomed me as soon as I came in, and she was really nice. I told her I was doing a project, and she said, "Yeah, like you're free to film and things like that." And as a trust-based shopper, I feel like as I'm seeing the pieces, as I'm walking around and recording, I'm definitely seeing good signs, and I feel like just very trusting of the space that I'm in right now. So as I'm moving through the store, the first thing that I decided to look at was this rack right here. And this is my bargain hunting. This is my bargain hunter, budget conscious identity, going through all these things because they look like good quality and they're on sale. And it's a $10 rack, and that's the minimum I have to spend, so it's perfect. As I move through this, as you move through the store, do you notice any scents that influence your experience? I wouldn't say for this shop. I would say like that kind of doesn't correlate with this shop because it's like no candles or anything like that. So I would just kind of say non-applicable for that question for this specific black owned business. So, which shopping identity feels most active right now? I would definitely say, I keep saying this a lot, but exploratory shopper. Again, all these items is making me just want to explore. Like, I feel like they have a lot of good places like this, like at home and where I'm at now, but they don't have a lot of places like this in Baton Rouge. So, like, just taking in everything and like seeing what I can find, and not skipping over anything. And I think that's an exploratory shopper is often in like people that thrift and look for vintage things and are like at places like this, because to really get the bang for your buck and like get the most out of the shopping experience at a place like this, you have to be an exploratory shopper because you have to look through every single piece. Are you choosing between browsing widely or focusing on specific items? So I think how I shop, I'm an exploratory shopper. Well, I use a planned identity. So at first I start as an exploratory shopper, just like, widely browsing items, looking at different categories. And then I go more into looking for specific things, maybe if I'm going out or something, and becoming like a more strategist in like planning like how I'm going to shop. What is guiding my browsing right now? Definitely identity expresser. I feel like my style is so broad and wide that like any type of clothing, like my clothing is bound to change on any day, my style. So it's like just looking at things that like kind of pop out to me color wise, style wise, um, and definitely like what's gonna like. I like to be very creative when I dress because I feel like that's a way to show you how you feel for the day, kind of. So definitely identity expresser, identity right now, shopping identity right now. What shopping identities are influencing your behavior at this moment? Definitely exploratory shopper because I'm not rushing. I'm not being a time press shopper because it's like I have time. I'm just kind of browsing through the sections while I'm filming this video and just like taking everything in as I explore. I feel like oh wait, are any of the shopping identities pulling you in different directions as you browse? I would say definitely status seeker, variety seeker, and um, status seeker, variety seeker, and budget conscious shopping identities are all pulling me in different directions because it's like I'm looking at the wall and seeing pieces that I really like, but usually again in these stores when something's on the wall it's more expensive, so that's kind of pulling me in that direction. But then being like a variety seeker, I'm looking at everything, but then it's like I'm looking at the hats too because like I like hats but I don't wear them that often, so it's like all these different things are pulling me in different directions. But at the end of the day in my head I'm kind of keeping that budget conscious um, in my mind, remembering the $10 wall rack and things like that. The identity probably guiding me the strongest is probably variety seeker. Just looking at all the different things and picking what I like the most for sure. What aspects of the store are encouraging you or discouraging you from exploring further? I would say definitely what's encouraging me is my privacy oriented shopping identity because there's no one in here, so I don't feel limited to space, especially since I'm recording too. I feel like I don't feel limited to space. I'm literally walking around the whole store, looking at everything, taking in everything without like holding back for sure. Are there any products or displays that especially catch your attention? Why? I would say definitely, I would say definitely this jacket and this jacket probably have caught my attention the most since I've been in this store. Because status seeker, I really, not that I knew like the brands or anything, but them kind of being on the wall kind of made it more, I knew it was expensive, but like those are the most things that I've seen that I've liked. And then I would also say um, that the hats have caught my attention a lot too because as an experienced shopper, like the like just seeing all this and like the color coordination and stuff has definitely caught my eye too. So I picked up this item, and why did I choose it? I would say because culture pride shopper, that shopping identity is definitely coming out because one, it's a Louisiana shirt. I don't know like the exact meaning behind it, but kind of exploratory shopping too because it interested me and I love tees like this, like kind of like baseball tees. But yeah, why did this product appeal to me? I would definitely say quality seeking because I like the quality of the shirt and I like the style of the shirt too. And I would say also exploratory shopper too. I know I keep using that for everything, but I feel like that literally best describes me as a shopper. So I feel like just exploring and seeing all the different teas and all the different teas like this too, I attach to this one. How does this item fit with your shopping priorities or preferences? I would say trust-based shopper for sure because I buy tees like this all the time. I feel like they're very comfortable, they're easy to style, and they always look good, like and effortlessly like clean and cute without like doing too much. Are you comparing it to something else? If so, what factor matters most? I wouldn't say I'm comparing it to anything. I would say if I am, it's like things that I have at home. So that's definitely like budget conscious, like shopping definitely coming up because it's like, oh, if I have this at home, do I need to buy another one? But I don't have it in this color or with like graphics on it. So I would say that if that I was thinking of like, oh, what am I comparing it to, it really doesn't compare because it's like the same style but not the same exact tee. Does this product feel like something you need, want, or are just curious about? I would say it feels like something I want and curious about too, because I feel like when I'm shopping, like the impulse buyer in me feels like there's not a difference between a need and a want. If I want something, I need it. If I need something, I want it. Like there's no set difference for me. So I would say as an impulse buyer, that question is kind of tricky for me, especially. Does this product does this product create any tension between what you want, what you need, what you plan, and what you value? I would say as an impulse buyer again, sometimes those things can get mixed and inter- intertangled because it's like I can't tell the difference, especially when I really want something. It's like hard for me to tell the difference, like, oh, do I want, do I need? But it's like all those things kind of fall under the same category for me. And it's like if I want something, it's the same as me needing something. If I need something, it's the same as me planning to buy something. And like it just, the value is the same all across the board. If I had to make a decision right now, which shopping identity would likely win, I would say the shopping identity that would win would definitely be impulse buying because I feel like when I like something, I get it. So I feel like that always when I'm shopping, that is the identity that wins the most for sure. Describe any interaction you had with staff. I had little interaction with staff. It was really just coming in, asking a few questions, and that was pretty much it. But I feel like it made me a trust-based shopper because she was really nice and it felt very welcoming, and it felt made me comfortable to not only film this video for my project, but to shop too while I'm filming it. Did the interaction affect how you feel about the store or products? How? I would say again, trust-based shopper. The interaction made me feel better about looking, searching around, and taking my time in the store for sure. Did it make you more or less likely to buy something? Why? I would say when you're again, I feel like all these are going to be trust-based shopper. When you feel comfortable in a place and like just like feel seen, I feel like it makes you more likely to buy something because you feel comfortable enough to take your time and browse. How did the staff presence influence your shopping behavior? I definitely influenced my shopping behavior as a privacy-oriented shopper, um, wanting to look around and like search because I didn't feel like I was gonna be like being watched or like being like bombarded. I just felt like I had free range around the store, and I was able to ask questions if I needed to. If you had to make a decision right now, did this interaction change with shopping identity? Did this interaction change which shopping identity feels the strongest? How? I would say no, because at the end of the day, like I'm gonna buy something because I want to buy it, not based on interaction or anything. So I would say no. Am I considering buying something? What's that decision? So I am considering buying this shirt. Definitely the quality seeker and the status seeker is definitely ringing off my head as my shopping identities. One, because I love Harley Davidson tees. I love it, and like I feel like in vintage and like 13, like that's like a good brand. Um, and also like the quality is good. I like the warm looking stuff. And yeah. Am I weighing multiple priorities and concerns? Not really. Honestly, just impulse buyer. Like I want this shirt. I'm probably gonna get it. Um, and yeah, the price isn't too bad. So my bargain seeking or budget conscious isn't really going off because I feel like this is tea is really good price, really good quality, and something I would definitely wear. Which these when these priorities or identities compete, how are you deciding which one to follow? I would say definitely practical shopping, like thinking, oh, am I gonna wear this item? Is this something that I'm just liking, or like is this something like I can pair this with things that I have at home, things like that. Which identity is ringing right now? Impulse buy because I literally saw the shirt and said I'm getting it definitely. Why is that identity becoming more important? One, because definitely it's black owned. Two, because I have to buy something in the store. And I would say three, because like it's literally my favorite color, one of my favorite thrifting brands, and it just matches my style so well. What are you giving up by following that identity? I wouldn't say I'm giving up anything. It's honestly not that expensive. Um, so I didn't really have a budget coming in. So I wouldn't say I'm giving up anything. Which shopping identity feels the strongest in guiding your decision at this moment? Again, definitely impulse buyer. I'm buying it because I like it. There's really no other, for me, that's like, it's really just cut and dry simple when shopping. How are you resolving the tension between these competing identities or priorities? I feel like I resolved the tension by just kind of taking a step back, looking at the purchase and saying it's honestly it's not that serious. At the end of the day, it's just buying clothes. If I want to return them, I can return them, and just things like that. So, am I compromising? I would say no. I saw other Harley Davidson tees. I didn't like them as much. I saw the other tee that I picked up in the previous from prior to in the video, and I like this tee more. So I'm not compromising. Am I choosing one identity over the another? No, I feel like budget seeking and impulse buyers going hand in hand because I feel like again it's a really good price for Harley Davidson tee. Are you justifying are you justifying the decision to yourself in any way? Probably yes, because of this assignment, I wouldn't even be in this store. So I would say I'm definitely justifying it just a bit. Does the fact that this is black owned business affect how you resolve the tension? Definitely. I feel like with black owned businesses, I'm willing to just give because it's black owned and I'm supporting my people for sure. Which is anything holding you back from this purchase? No, nothing's holding me back. As I said, if I want something, I'm going to get it. Especially when it's something like this. Like this is like a really cute piece, and I'm probably gonna wear it like by the end of the week. So nothing's holding me back. So, what made me decide to purchase this item? Definitely, I would say quality seeker because this is an item that I like. I'm familiar with the brand. It's very good quality. It's a very good price. Um, and it's just like something that I want and something that I would wear. How do I feel about the price and the value? I feel like the price is really good. Like honestly, Harley Davidson tees are these like $40, $50, and this t-shirt's only $32, so really $30. So I feel really good about the price and the value, and the tee's good quality. Did anything in the store influence you to spend more or less than planned? I would say definitely the Harley and racing section made me want to spend more because I love racing tees, like graphic tees like that. Like I love racing tees, so I'll spend anything on a racing tee for sure. Would you describe this purchase as planned or unplanned? I would say unplanned more so because I really expected um, to buy something off the $10 rack or something cheaper. But since I liked it, I just bought it and it's like something that I would wear. So I would say it's unplanned, but at the same time, I would say it's planned because I came in here with a goal to buy something. So I would say planner, but at the same time, impulse buyer because um, I knew I was buying something. I just didn't know I was going to buy something like kind of this expensive, even though it's not really expensive. Did you spend more or less? Did you spend more or less, or about what you were expecting for entering? I didn't really have a set price, so I would say I spent like just the right like again like I didn't have any set expectations, so I spent like um I would say I spent literally like I wouldn't say I wouldn't say I was being budget conscious. So I feel like I was no spending too much or spending too less because I had kind of like a wide budget. So I would say yeah. Is anything holding you back from purchasing? Oh wait, no. Looking at your final purchase, which identity ultimately shaped your decision the most? I would say definitely quality seeker because I love the Harley Davidson tees. I love the color. I love that it's long sleeve but still lightweight. So I feel like this is like the perfect, and also too, um, it's like fits my identity. So that shopping identity too, it fits my identity and it's something that I would wear. So any other identity lose out? I would say no. I would say if anything lost out, it would be probably bargain seeking, because I didn't buy anything on sale. Even though it's not an expensive tea, it wasn't a tea that was on sale. It was just kind of not a glad, but like something I had in my mind. So I would say that if anything lost, it would be that. Do you feel fully satisfied with the decision, or was there still some tension? I feel fully satisfied with my decision. I love the t-shirt. I feel like it's something I wear again, and I feel like it's a good buy. And I feel like definitely it matches my identity. Out of the 3 or more identities you identified earlier, which one was most dominant during this shopping experience? Name name the identity and explain why it stood out as the strongest influence on your behavior in the store. I would definitely say exploratory shopper, because 1, I've never been in this store. 2, this is a store that I would often come to, stores like this. And 3, I saw so many things that I liked. It was just like I was looking and browsing like the whole time. Did anything about the store's atmosphere, including sound, lighting, or scent, stand out to you? I would say as a privacy-oriented shopper, that stood out to me a lot. Like being the only one in here kind of the whole time. So that made me way more comfortable to like look around and take my time and search through each item and piece. Looking at your final purchase, which identity ultimately shaped your decision the most? I would say impulse buyer, because I saw this literally as soon as I saw this item, I was like, I'm buying it. Like, video or not, I would buy this tea. Like, it's so cute. Did another identity lose out? No, again. And did you feel fully satisfied with the decision, or was there still some tension? I would say again, no. Oh wait. How would I describe my overall experience shopping here? I would describe it a 10 out of 10. It was so good as an experienced shopper. Like, it was very enjoyable, and I like saw so many things I liked as an exploratory shopper as well. So I would feel like it was very like 10 out of 10 shopping experience. It made me comfortable. I saw a lot of things that I liked, and I would definitely come back. Which shopping identity best describes your behavior during this visit? I would say exploratory shopper, because I looked in every section, hats, shoes, jackets. I looked at everything, and decided like, ooh, what do I want? Because I knew I probably only wanted 1 or 2 things. Yeah. Did your shopping approach change at any point? If so, why? I would say no. I kind of kept the same things in mind throughout the whole video. So I feel like I kept saying the same kind of 3 shopping identities during the video. So I would say no. Were there any moments when 2 or more of your shopping identities conflicted during this visit? No, I would say no, because there was nothing like really expensive that I wanted, and there was nothing like, oh, I would get that if it wasn't like I would say no. What were Looking back on your visit, what did you learn about how to balance competing shopping identities when making your decisions? I learned to literally just go with your gut. If you want something, get it. Because at the end of the day, this is our only life we're living. You might as well get it. If it brings you joy, happiness, if you know you're going to wear it, you're going to use it. That goes with anything, literally just buy it. What did I like most about this store? I would say definitely the variety. As a variety seeker, I like the variety of items they had, from low prices to high prices. They had a lot. What did I like the least? I would say probably there's really nothing that I liked the least, honestly. I liked everything in the store. It's like I used a lot of different shopping identities and things like that. So I wouldn't say there was something that I liked the least. I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's honestly the truth. Okay, would you shop here again? Why or why not? As a trust-based shopper, I would shop here again. I know they have quality pieces, and I know they have things that I like. And I know I'm definitely be able to find something there if I'm in a pinch too. What specific changes to the store environment, service, or product offerings would better support the way you prefer to shop? Nothing, honestly. I honestly had 0 issues when I was going in there. I liked that there was not that many employees. Everything was laid out perfectly, labeled. It was easy to find. So I would say I wouldn't change a thing, honestly. Who would you recommend this store to? I would recommend this store to other people like me, people who like thrifting, vintaging, people who like thrifting, vintage, just things like that. Looking back on your visit, what did you learn about how to balance competing shopping identities? What improvements could make this store better for shoppers like you? I would say probably as a budget conscious shopper, they could have a better sale section. I've seen definitely better sale sections like $5 bins, $10 bins, not just a rack in different stores. What changes would you make? What changes would you make your experience easier, enjoyable, or more useful? I would say really no changes to make it more enjoyable or easier. Everything was pretty easy. Everything was simple and right in your face. Is there anything else about your experience that stood out? I really feel like I covered pretty much everything between being a trust-based shopper and between being a privacy-oriented shopper. Everything, all my boxes were checked personally. That concludes my final. Hope you enjoyed. Bye.